Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Harvey volleyball game. Today we have Harvey versus Sir James Dunn Academy. And on Harvey's roster, tonight we have Adam Barrio, Ben Bradford, Ben Chessie, Isaiah Caldwell, Joe Gregory, Reese Langatang, Mason Nicholson, Alexander Robichaud, Archer Smith, and Ethan Davidson. Hopefully they have a good game today, and we're sending you back up to the skybox for commentary.
All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Big thanks to Charlie Gregory holding down the fort at our courtside booth. Just a reminder, if you'd like to help out with these broadcasts, we're always looking for more folks to jump on board, whether on or off camera. Just talk to myself, Mr. White, or Mr. Mike Fletcher. Should have a great game here for you. Senior boys, as of yet, undefeated in league play, as far as I'm aware. They definitely won their last game here at home. That was on Tuesday against Nakawick. They'll look to take on Sir James Dunn. We're not 100% sure what their nickname is. Seems to be some kind of bird on the front of their jersey. We'll see if we have an update for you as things go on. Referees making sure that both teams are in the correct order. The correct order in rotation, very important in volleyball. As we have our officials, Cherie Campbell and Darren Doucette, keeping an eye on things and making sure everything is in line. Bit of confusion on both sides as boys moving themselves, shuffling down, but I think we've got it now. Doesn't look like Sir James Dunn Academy has a libero. The Lakers, of course, have Isaiah Caldwell in the orange jersey, who will be subbing into the back row at a whim, basically, as the game goes on. Don't see anyone like that yet for SJDA, although that could change as the game goes on. All right, starting for your Lakers will be Ben Chessie, Ben Bradford, and Alexander Robichaud in the back row. Up front, we've got Reese Langatang, Archer Smith, and Adam Barrio. And we'll get more of those numbers for you as the game goes on. Not sure who's going to have the first service. Cherie Campbell make sure everything's in order one last time. Coach Krista Barrio keeping a close eye on these senior boy Lakers. Led the Lakers to an undefeated season last season, and like I said, I believe they are still undefeated. That streak is still alive. So riding a pretty long streak. And it is SJDA with the first serve. Here is Blanchard with the serve. That's fielded by Chessie. Archer Smith with the pass, and Adam Barrio sends it over. Number 11, Chamberlain on the hit. That was blocked by, or Adam Barrio's attempt to stuff it was blocked by SJDA, but recovered nicely. Got in there for Archer Smith and Reese Langatang to send it over. And it is the Lakers scoring first. And Reese Langatang goes back to serve wearing number 25 for the green and gold, as you see that on the instant replay. Langatang, that's fielded by Blanchard. Chamberlain from the setter's position, by the looks of it, can't quite send that over. He's usually expecting the second hit, but had the third one there, so had to kind of react quickly. And Langatang's second service is incoming. Oh, there's another attempted block by Barrio. Fell on his side. He did get hands on it for that second hit, but unfortunately couldn't find a friendly face in time. So that is SJDA's first point, as Chamberlain goes back for his first service of the game. Big thanks to our tech crew this afternoon, or evening rather. Working the cameras, we have Austin Jameson and Delaney McElwain. And Ashton Little is sitting at the command center working those transitions. Nice hit by Barrio there to score a point. Biggest hit so far as Archer Smith goes back to serve. 3-1, as you can see on the scoreboard. Big thanks to Austin Jameson for keeping that up to date for you. Service by Smith is good. Blanchard sprints up to field it. Sneaks over, and Adam Barrio gets it to Ben Bradford for the pass. Barrio's hit catches the top of the net. Meets with some resistance, but what is the Lakers scoring? Smith for his second serve now. 4-1 in favor of the senior boys. Senior Lakers, that is. Oh, looks like SJDA wasn't quite ready for that service. As official Cherie Campbell going over a few substitution details. Number 1, Jay House, is checking in for the visitors. So we'll get a reserve here by Archer Smith. Ball is up. There it goes. Fielded nicely by House, coming off the bench. Oh, Ben Chessie getting his feet in there. Attempted smash by Sky for the visitors. That's blocked by Barrio. That was on in particular, but tough break. That was nice work from Chessie coming in from the back line, getting his foot out to keep that ball alive. But it is SJDA scoring. Chessie with the pass up. Archer Smith's going to set it up for Adam Barrio with the cross-court hit. So another big smash for him. We'll look for those all night long. As you see there on the instant replay, Barrio goes up and the ball goes down. Here he is back to serve now. His team ahead by 3. There's a service fielded by Blanchard. Sky getting that. Over to Chamberlain, who sends it over. Archer Smith setting up Ben Chessie. Blocked, but good heads-up play by Barrio. Nice play by SJDA now, keeping things alive. Isaiah Caldwell in the libero position is checked in. Ben Chessie gets that back to the second line. Sky and Blanchard can't quite handle it. And after that extended rally, it is the Lakers scoring. Barrio with his second serve attempt, I believe. Nice low serve. Fielded by Blanchard, out of bounds. And Lakers have opened up a 5-point lead here in the early going of the first set. See that serve on the instant replay. I think we had a replay within a replay there, if my eyes did not deceive me. It's Barrio's next serve. This time Blanchard gets it up to Chamberlain. Setting up Frey for the hit. And from the back row, Isaiah Caldwell looking to send it over. Doesn't quite clear the net, and possession will change. Clark goes back to serve, wearing number 8 in the red and white. We'll call them Falcons for now. Hawks, Falcons, Eagles. A lot of those bird mascots. Ooh. Nice serve by Clark. That went to the near side. I don't know if the Lakers were expecting it there. Typically those serves are going cross court. Caldwell had to sprint up from his libero position. Good call by Barrio. That one heads out of bounds. And the Lakers take over. Still with a comfortable lead here, 8-4. Nice work by Robichaud. There's an ace. Not quite sure what happened. Kind of caught the visitors flat-footed, as it looks like they're still kind of figuring out their positions. Referee Doucette from the chair, making sure everyone's in the correct rotation. Second serve from Robichaud. Fielded by Sky, trying to pull a Ben Chessie there, play it with his feet. Couldn't quite direct it up. It was a good soccer pass, but not quite what they're looking for here. As Robichaud scores another. Comes Alexander Robichaud, wearing number 11 for the green and gold. One of the many grade 11 players on this roster. We were talking up here in the booth about the makeup of this team. Couple of grade 12s, one grade 10, and the rest of the 7 players all in grade 11. There it is. That's fielded nicely by Blanchard. Chessie with a big hit. Frey does get hands on it at the line, but Sir James Dunn unable to corral it. So Lakers score again. So Robichaud looking for his 4th point. Sent directly over by Sky. Bradford at the net. Looked to direct it over. Caught the top of the net there, and possession will change. Here's House, wearing number 1 for the visitors. His team down by 7. Robichaud from the back line gets it to Archer Smith for the setup. Ben Chessie with a mid-range hit. That goes high, but misses the rafters. Still in play. Robichaud keeping it alive. Barrio now passing up to Lantang with a cross-court hit. Frey gets that. Nice extended rally here. Chamberlain setting up. Lantang gets hands on that, but Barrio gets it over to Smith. Smith setting up Ben Chessie. Splits, kind of threads the needle there. Sends it between a couple of SJDA defenders and finds the back of the court. for a nice point after that extended rally. Here's Ben Bradford with his first serve of the evening. Chamberlain sends it over. Reese Lantang with the pass. Archer Smith right back inside to Ben Chessie. That's blocked at the net. Good heads-up play by Blanchard and Frey, keeping that alive. Sky sent it over from the back line, but unfortunately a bit too much power. That goes out of bounds. So Lakers up by 9 now. They've taken control here in the early going. Bradford's second serve is out of bounds. And the team from St. Andrews will take over. Big thanks while we have a moment here to our minor officials. We've got Alice Vautour keeping track of the score sheet. Lauren Peasy is flipping all the numbers on that scoreboard. Ben Chessie gets that over. Attempted, or well, successful hit, I guess, from Sky. Saw the Lakers a little out of position. Chessie did get a hand on that, but wasn't quite expecting it, unable to direct it to a teammate. We go courtside for a look at that serve. Big thanks to Austin Jameson, doing double duty with the camera and scoreboard as SJDA scores again. They've pulled to within 6 now. Here's Frey with his third serve, I believe. That one catches the top of the net and will not go. So 15-8 as Ben Chessie is back to serve. Last of the 6 senior boys in the service order. Here's Chessie with a big hit. That's fielded by Clark. Chamberlain with the pass, and Sky got that a little too late. Kind of on the downstring, directed that under the net. Not quite what they were hoping for. So Lakers have doubled up the visitors now, 16-8. Here's Halse getting that over to Clark. And there was a double hit there. So despite Blanchard's best efforts to keep that in play, it is the Lakers scoring the point. Chessie with another serve. Oh, good play. Nice heads-up play by St. Andrews. They've done well kind of salvaging some of these broken plays. Big hit from Lantang will go just out of bounds. That was close, though. That was very close. There's a bit of confusion there. I think the Lakers thought they had scored, but no, the ball does go back to red. 17-9 is your score in favor of the Lakers. Here's Blanchard with a nice jump serve. Oh, catches Robichaud a little higher than he was expecting. It's one of the softest falls I've ever heard. Very gentle. Seems none the worse for wear. Another nice jump serve by Blanchard. This one fielded by Chessie and shanks out of bounds into the stands. So Blanchard on a bit of a run for the visitors. He looks to make it 3 in a row. He does have a nice jump serve. Chessie again fielding. This time it goes wide right. Almost catches our minor officials. Lakers have their hands full with Blanchard here. Comes with power and accuracy. There's another one. This time Robichaud sends it directly over. I think that might have been going out of bounds. Lakers might have caught a break there. And I guess they you get some, you win some, you lose some, because I think they caught a break as Sir James Dunn played that, but Reese Lantang guilty of touching the net there. So at this timeout, we will send things courtside now, where Charlie Gregory is keeping an eye on things.
Hello, Lakers fans. Welcome back down to the booth. So far, I've been seeing a very good volleyball game. Harvey has been playing extremely well, especially on the front court by the net. Ben Chessie has just seemed to not like anything pass with all the blocking he's doing. And Adam Barriel, with those absolutely freaking deadly spikes as he's been hitting, has just been absolutely out of this world. Well, as the players seem to be taking the court, I will send you back up to the skybox with David White.
Did you hear what they called themselves? Oh, sorry, trying to get a read up here in the booth for what the Sir James Dunn Academy team cheers. They said something, couldn't quite catch it. Hopefully as the game goes on, we'll get more of that. Big thanks to Charlie Gregory and Austin Jameson, our courtside crew. Reese Lantang's going to send that over on the service from SJDA. Oh, tough break for the visitors as they field that, but that catches the net and rolls on their side, unable to send it over in 3. So here's Reese Lantang, his second set of services. That one catches the top of the net. So after leading by 9, Lakers have let the visitors back into this thing. Still anyone's game, 14-18. Lakers feeling good, but bigger comebacks have certainly happened. There's Adam Barrio trying to make sure his team maintains that lead, scoring another point as we go to Archer Smith now. Here's a service, fielded by Blanchard. Sky's going to send that directly over, but Archer Smith responds. Bit of ping pong as Frey directs it back. And the visitors get their hands up at the net front and block that one. 15-19 is your score in favor of the Lakers. Big service from Sky. That's correctly identified as out of bounds. Ben Bradford lets that go. So Lakers need 5 here. Adam Barrio scored a couple last time he was up to serve. Well, Sky coming forward to try to get a foot under that. Couldn't quite get there in time. He kind of kicked it directly. Barrio served just a little too quick for him. So here's Barrio. His team up 21-15. Fielded nicely by Blanchard. He's been strong from the back line. Chamberlain sends it, looks to send it over. Can't quite clear the net. And Lakers need 3 here. It's not inconceivable that Adam could score them all. There's a service by Barrio, fielded by Blanchard. SJDA tries to get hands on that. Noble effort by House and Chamberlain, but can't quite send it over in 3. So 23-15 is your score. Here's Barrio. Nice service directly to Sky. Sky can't quite angle that in the way he was hoping. And now we've got set points. As Barrio looks to put this thing away and claim the first of 5 sets for the home team. Bit too much power there. I think he knew it, kind of smiling, looking over to the sideline, Coach Krista Barrio. Still match point, though, or set point, rather, as Lakers just need 1. SJDA has their work cut out for him. Isaiah Caldwell sends it directly over. Nice response from Frey at the net front. Getting that into the second level. No one from the Lakers quite ready for that direct response. Here's Clark. Big service. Ben Chessie gets hands on that, but directs it up and out. So Clark's on a bit of a run now. He's going to need to score 6 to at least give the visitors some breathing room. And tough break for the visitors. That goes out of bounds. Yeah, never fun to see it end like that. But the result is pretty good. The Lakers will take that. Set 1 goes to the home side by a score of 25-18 as we get ready to send down to Charlie Gregory.
Hello, Lakers fans, and welcome to the end of the first set. And I believe it ended 25-18. So a very good set for the Lakers as they take the first win. And so far, I've been seeing a very good volleyball game. The only thing I think they should recommend is I think it's a pretty quiet gym in here right now. So I think Harvey needs to bring up the intensity and maybe talk a little bit more. So that would definitely give them a little bit of help on the defensive side. But other than that, they've been a very good playing team, and they definitely have been a threat by that net. So it's been a very good first set, and I'm interested to see the rest of the game. That's all I have to talk about right now, so I'll send y'all back up to the skybox with David White.
All right, big thanks to Charlie Gregory there. Just getting some additional insight up here in the booth. So if you were tuning in last week to our broadcast, you won't have seen this. This is new here in the David McMullen Gymnasium, at least. The 2 teams not only switching sides for the second set, but actually upping and switching benches. I guess the Lakers are still leaving their stuff in the corner. SJDA traveled light. All I see are a couple water bottles that I assume they would have taken with them. But I guess just to give the coaches a bit of an easier time communicating with their squads, the teams are just full out switching benches as well as switching sides. Interesting that this wasn't necessary during the games earlier this week. Now we're not 100% sure who's playing in what league, so it could be a league game versus exhibition kind of thing. And league games, of course, needing to adhere to the rules a little more strictly, whereas exhibition you can be a bit more practical and not have to get up and move your stuff after every 20 minutes of volleyball. But yeah, we'll see if we get any more information as the game goes on. There's referee Cherie Campbell whistling for the players to take the court. Yep, still can't quite make out what that team is from SJDA. We'll keep an ear open, though, and maybe as the game goes on, we'll decipher that cheer. To be fair, if I didn't know the Lakers were chanting Lakers, I might have a hard time figuring that one out as well. One of the nice things about the Lakers coming over to the right-hand side of the court, or left-hand side on your screen, rather, is we get some opportunity for some nice shots from our downstairs cameraman, Austin Jameson. Big thanks to him for running that bottom camera and the scoreboard, as well as Delaney McElwain, who is following the action from up here in the skybox, and Ashton Little pressing all the right buttons. Alice Vautour and Lauren Peasy are our minor officials tonight, and as mentioned, it is Cherie Campbell and Darren Doucette running things from the officiating standpoint. Big thanks as well to Coach Heidi Brown for bringing her boys down from St. Andrews. It's a bit of a trek, especially in this weather. The roads did not look very nice looking out the window at the very least. So big thanks to them for making the trek up and giving us some good volleyball tonight. Great start for the Lakers as Ben Chessie comes with a big serve. Chessie was last in the service order to start the first set. They're rotating him through early this time as he is first to serve. Fielded by Hulse. Noseworthy for the visitors. Can't quite get there in time, so Lakers take a 2-point lead. So we check that on the instant replay. Here's Chessie again. Fielded by Hulse. Pass from Guerrier, but we've got a whistle. I believe that was, the infamous double touch. Doucette puts up the two fingers to indicate that, and so Lakers get their third point. Here's Chessie. Noseworthy, just a little behind that, as that shanks out of bounds, and Chessie looks for 5. Great start for the Lakers. Noseworthy gets it, a nice pass this time. There's House. So Martin looked to send it over from the back row. Didn't quite get the angle he was looking for. And that falls out as we got a substitution right now. Chessie's going to hang on to the ball. Looks like House is checking out. And Fothgill checking into the back row, wearing number 5 for the visitors. Here's number 5 for the Lakers. Ben Chessie in green and gold. Nice service. Noseworthy with the pass. There's Guerrier sprinting back, and Blanchard's going to send it over. Here's Archer Smith setting up Adam Barrio. Blocked at the line, and Noseworthy got there to save it, keep it alive, and send it over. Nice rally here. There's Joe Gregory with the hit. Fothgill can't quite corral it. That goes out of bounds. As Lakers have also changed up their personnel. Joe Gregory, Mason Nicholson checking in, and we'll see Ethan Davidson as well. Here's Chessie again on a nice 6-point run here to start the set. Blanchard with the diving play from, looks like about the 5th row of the stands. He did get contact with that ball, but unfortunately sent it over in the wrong place. Diving play from Chamberlain to keep it alive. Nice one-handed play by Guerrier sending it over. There's a send by Barrio to the back row. Chamberlain looked to send it directly over. That caught the top of the net and bounced back. So 8-0 run. Ben Chessie serving again. Great start to this second set by the Lakers. If you're just joining us, they took the first by a score of 25-18. They're up 9-0, 9-0 in this one. Nice play inside by Martin. Pass, and we've got a big hit from Blanchard, scoring Sir James Dunn Academy's first point with style. Great hit to get his team on the board and start to eat away at this Lakers lead. He was dangerous from the service line in the first set. Nice jump serve, but that is fielded well by Nicholson. Archer Smith sprinting back to try to play that in. Can't quite get there when he wanted to, though. Here's Blanchard. He's switching up his service direction. Not sure what he saw, what he was trying to exploit there. Couldn't quite send it over, though. And after scoring two, the Lakers take it over. Joe Gregory going back for his first service. Gregory trading in the microphone for the volleyball jersey tonight. That catches the top of the net and rolls, so SJDA gets their next service. Here's Chamberlain sending it over. Barrio with the pass. Archer Smith setting it up for Barrio with the hit. That is fielded by Martin. Looking for Lauren Peasy at the minor official table. If she'd been ready for that, might have been able to set it up with a nice hit. She's played well for the senior girls team, but that is out of bounds. Isaiah Caldwell, as the libero, cannot play in the front row. So as the team rotates through, Ethan Davidson, wearing number 10, has taken the court. Here's Archer Smith with the serve. That's fielded by Martin. Chamberlain getting it up, and it's a little too close to Doucette's chair for anyone to play. So the Lakers will score on that one. Here's Smith again. Blanchard getting that to Foltgill. Foltgill sends it over. Don't know if that's what he meant to do, but they'll take it. 12-4 is your score now in favor of the Lakers. Still maintaining that big 9-0 lead opened up with Ben Chessie at the service line. Here's Guerrier with the serve. Oh, not quite expecting that. Nicholson and Chessie kind of fell between them there as they're still figuring out who's guarding what. So SJDA sneaks one in there. Here's another one. Nicholson diving. That catches the top of the net and bounces back. So Guerrier on a little bit of a run. 2 points, looking for a third. Nicholson with the nice pass over to Archer Smith. Nicholson sends it over one-handed. That will fall out of bounds. And Guerrier gets it again. Going overhand this time. Solid effort, but that falls short. And Barrio gets the ball. He had 5 in a row to end the first set. Let's see what damage he can do. Nice jump serve. Fielded by Guerrier. Noseworthy from out of bounds trying to play that. Ran into some traffic there with Chamberlain also back to play that. So Lakers take the point. Here's Barrio again. Blanchard keeping that alive. Guerrier trying to get that one-handed. Can't find a friendly face, so Barrio gets the point. Starting from way back, he's taken a lot of runway for these jump serves. Chamberlain with the nice pass sent over by Martin. Barrio gets that from mid-range. Falls a little awkwardly for a frontline teammate. And so SJDA takes over. We've got Noseworthy back to serve. He's wearing number 14 for the red and white. Service is up. Archer Smith gets that. Adam Barrio from the ground. Smith sends it over delicately. Oh, tough break for SJDA. Bit of miscommunication there. Guerrier and Chamberlain both in the right spot to play that, but not quite sure who was going to go for it. Neither one ended up doing so. And the service goes to Nicholson for the Lakers. Play from Guerrier falls right at the net. So SJDA can't quite get in there without risking a net touch to play it. Lakers point. Here's Nicholson looking for another. Diving play from Foltgill trying to keep that alive. He does make contact but can't quite direct it to a teammate. So 10-point lead now for the Lakers. They look to close out this second set. Take a 2-0 set lead. Nicholson with the long serve. Noseworthy just a little further behind that than he would have liked. That falls down, and it's Nicholson now 19-8. This time it's Guerrier at the wrong angle from the back line. Lakers having a lot of success with these longer serves. 20-8 is your score. Here comes Nicholson again. Looking for a fourth point, played by Blanchard. Chamberlain sends it directly over. Chessie with a big hit in response. That's Guerrier who catches that. Sends it into the sideline. There's Nicholson. Guerrier, nice pass. Chamberlain with the setup. There's Blanchard with the hit. Looks like that fell just in bounds. Nice setup by SJDA with the finish from Blanchard. It's been one of the strongest hitters for the red and white. Strongest hitters on either side of the court. Here's Fothgill. Back to serve. Ben Chessie's going to pass that up to Archer Smith. Bit of misdirection. Start of the set sends that directly over. Blanchard had a setup, but again, a bit of miscommunication there. That falls between several visitors. It's one thing the Lakers have done pretty well, apart from one time off a service, I think. They've been communicating well, and everyone knows who's getting the ball. Something you need in volleyball. Noseworthy keeps it alive. Nice play by Blanchard to send it over. Here's Archer Smith setting up. Ben Chessie with a big hit. 23-9 is your score now as Ethan Davidson takes a second service attempt. He needs 2 to put this one away. Service from Davidson's good. Blanchard fields that. There's Chamberlain getting it to Martin, who sends it over. Archer Smith with the serve. Ben Chessie looking for the back line. Fothgill does get hands on it, but it shanks out of bounds. So this is match point on the hands of Ethan Davidson. And that falls, or catches the top of the net, rather. So, for the second time in a row, Lakers, with match point in the hands of one of their senior players, can't quite finish. Still at 24-10. They are feeling pretty comfortable about this. Good set of rallies as Joe Gregory gets it over. The visitors can't quite put anything together. And they take that second set by a commanding score of 25-10. And they're in the driver's seat to finish this one off. As the teams head to the benches, and we head down to our sideline reporter, Mr. Charlie Gregory.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the end of the second set where Harvey won. So Harvey is up 2 sets now. Harvey was playing extremely well during the second set. Still not a lot of communication, but they're still performing well. But even though they have a lot of big guys on the team, they didn't win this set over the reason you thought they did. They did extremely well on the serving end. I mean, almost every single points were because of one of their serves. And it seems everybody on Harvey's team can serve very well and very consistently. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on the upcoming games so you guys can keep track and maybe watch at home on what we're doing next. So on Tuesday, the senior girls have an away game at St. Stephen. And Wednesday, the junior girls have an away game at Fundy. Thursday, on March 31st, senior boys are at Sussex. Friday, April 1st, junior girls are at STU tournament, so stay tuned for that. And at Saturday, April 2nd, senior girls and boys at STU tournament. So stay tuned for those games. Hopefully they all go well. We're all hoping the best. And that's all I have for you right now, so I'll send you back up to the skybox for commentary.
Okay, big thanks to Charlie Gregory for some courtside analysis there. Great work. And we're getting ready for this third set. We will listen very closely to SJDA's chant. Okay, it could have been athletics, could have been Avengers. I have no sweet clue. It sounds like it starts with a vowel. If any of you folks are good at Wordle, maybe you can submit some ideas. We don't have a live chat going, but maybe that's something we need to look into in the near future. All right, for this potentially potentially deciding set, it's definitely the third set, could decide the game as Lakers are ahead 2-0. Lakers have gone back to the same lineup they used for the first. So currently out on the court, we've got Chessie, Bradford, Robichaud, Lentang, Barrio, and Smith. Isaiah Caldwell in the Libero jersey is also up and ready to join as needed. Here's Blanchard, strongest server for SJDA, starting things off strong. Hit from Barrio from his back legs. That's fielded nicely by Blanchard. Chamberlain gets it up. Sky looks to send it over, but he's met by Barrio for a big block. Lakers strike first after a pretty solid rally, kicking things off. Here's Ben Bradford. He's got a nice jump serve himself, fielded by House. Chamberlain getting it up. Sky's going to hit that over, look to hit, but that will catch the top of the net and fall out. Hitting from mid-range there. Kind of had to plan his angle. Here's Bradford again. Serve. Blanchard with the pass. Sky with another mid-range hit, and again falls just a little short. Hard to do those hits from well back into the court. Got to consider a lot more angles than when you're right up at the net. Service from Bradford falls out of bounds. And it will be SJDA taking over. Here's Chamberlain back to serve. Barrio fields it. Archer Smith will set that up. Barrio with the hit. Frey does get hands on it, but that careens out of bounds. So Lakers get a fourth point. Robichaud catches that moving over, and I think he accidentally kicked that over. Lentang pretty amused there. Here's Smith with another serve. That falls low. And SJDA will take the ball. Here's Sky back to serve, wearing number 4 for the visitors. Here he comes. There's Bradford getting that up to Archer Smith. Robichaud is blocked. That goes back to the Lakers. Lentang kind of plays that out of instinct, but of course that is the fourth hit. So either way, as soon as that ball was blocked, it was going to be a visitor's point. Trailing by 1 now. Sky looks to tie things up. Robichaud gets it over to Lentang, who sets Robichaud right back up. Blanchard fielded that, but Chamberlain unable to get there in time. So the Lakers will score the point. 5-3 is the score. Here's Barrio heading back to serve. Again, giving himself a lot of runway. Starting with his back against the wall so he can take a nice run up. Oh, tough break. That was a nice hit by Frey, but unfortunately someone was touching the net. A few visiting players, a few red jerseys were around there, so didn't quite see who was the guilty party. Here's Barrio again. Fielded nicely by Sky. Chamberlain with the setup. Oh. Just falls a little awkwardly for B. Clark, who was coming up to give that a hit. So here's Barrio looking for his third point. Ball goes up. Sky fields that. Ben Chessie sends that directly right back. Blanchard gets it to Chamberlain. And B. Clark finds a weak point in the Lakers' defenses. He sends that over to score. It's Lauren Peasy showing the benches the score. 7-4 in favor of the Lakers. Big thanks to both her and Alice Vautour at the minor officials table. Service from Clark. Ben Bradford wisely lets that one go. That falls just out of bounds and scores another point for the Lakers. Here's Reese Lantang back to serve, wearing number 25 for the green and gold. Big serve, fielded by Sky. Clark gets that up high. Chamberlain's going to send it directly over. Barrio with the pass up front. Smith setting it up. Big hit from Chessie, but that's blocked by Frey. Fourth hit by the Lakers. Nice block by Frey. He's had some good net front presence, both on offense and defense, keeping his boys in this one. Third set, they need the win to stay alive, does SJDA. Here's House with the service. Robichaud getting low to send that directly over. There's pinballing around. Smith, Robichaud, and Barrio all getting single hands on that, but sends it ultimately out of bounds. So Hulse gets another serve. There it is. Chessie's going to send that directly over. Nice response. Again, it's Frey at the net front, wearing number 6 for the red and white. Keep your eyes on him. Sending that directly into the second level. And here's Hulse looking to tie things up now. Nice service. Chessie gets that. Archer Smith's going to send it up. Robichaud and Chessie both getting hands on that. Fielded by Clark. And sprinting up from the service position. Hulse can't get there in time to angle it nicely, so it is the Lakers ahead by 2, 9-7. Robichaud with the nice serve. Well, was looking good, but caught the top of the net there, so Frey will take it now. He has a chance to tie it up. This game much closer than the previous game, or previous set, rather. Lakers took quite handily. SJDA giving them a much closer run for their money this time. Misplay at the net, and they do tie it up. So SJDA looking to take the visitors, I believe, their first lead of the evening. So he has a nice jump serve. Robichaud getting low. Adam Barrio's going to send that, but Clark sends it up high. Chamberlain with the nice set. Sky sends it to the second level, but Ben Chessie is there. Archer Smith getting it to Ben Bradford for a solid hit. The visitors can't quite corral that, so Harvey maintaining a 1-point lead. 10-9 is the score. As Lauren Peasy shows that off to both benches. Here's Ben Chessie. Clark sprinting up. Can't quite find who he's looking for, though. So Lakers get a point. Chessie looking for another. Fielded by Clark. Ooh, nice little misdirection from Blanchard. He's been quiet this set, but he's playing well in this rally. Sky's going to send that over. Nice diving play from Caldwell to keep it alive. Bradford's hit is going to be low. After a nice rally, SJDA earns that one. 10 to 11 is the score as things went on the wrong side there. Great work by Austin Jameson. Oh, nice work there. Caldwell kept that alive and sent it over to Ben Chessie, who kind of one hand swiped it over. I don't think anyone was expecting that to fall in bounds. So nice way for the Lakers to score a point. Low service. I don't know if Reese Lanten said something to Bradford in warm-ups, but that came close to the net front. 12-11 is the score. Here's Chamberlain with the serve. Barrio gets it over to Archer Smith, who sets up Lantang for a big hit. This one falls in bounds. We'll see that on the instant replay. There's a nice setup from Smith, and Lantang goes up. Yep, that falls well in bounds. Coming with a lot of speed there. Nice hit by Lantang. Here's the service from Archer Smith. Hulse keeping that alive. Chamberlain getting up for Sky. Sky mistiming his jump there. Can't quite send it over. So Lakers up by 3 now, 11-14. Blanchard from the back line. Chamberlain from his knees. This time Sky gets it over, but Archer Smith is there. Ben Chessie sends it back to Blanchard. Chamberlain with the setup. Sky looking far as well. Looking for that back line, but this one goes out of bounds. I think if Mr. Fletcher would hear, he'd say that needed more top spin, which I think is what kind of makes the ball drop. Thankfully, I'm not a physics teacher, so I don't have to explain that to you. Nice hit by Lantang. Smart play by Frey to pull up there. He was ready to play that, but he let that go out of bounds. And the team's exchanging points now. Lakers with a small lead, 15-12, but still anyone's game. Nice service from Sky. There's Ben Bradford playing that. Archer Smith with the sprint to keep it alive. Ben Chessie gets it over as the boys reset. Tough break for SJDA. That was looking pretty good. Blanchard passed it up looking for a teammate, but no one stepped up to play it in time. Lakers get away with one. Here's Barrio. Blanchard fielding that. Frey sends it directly over. Reese Lantang responding nicely. Good dig by Blanchard, keeping it alive. And the play from SJDA will fall out of bounds. So here's Barrio. Had a couple his last chance at the service line. He'll look to get a couple more. Blanchard to Chamberlain. House is going to send that over. Barrio gets it to Archer Smith. Ben Chessie with the big hit, but it looks like that falls out of bounds. Had a lot of power, but must have been pretty close. 17-13 is your score. So we've got B. Clark stepping back to serve. SJDA down 2-0, so they need this one. Time running out, but they do bite into the lead a little bit there. 14-17. Here's Clark again. Nice service from Clark, but it looks like that will go out of bounds. Again, needed a bit more topspin, I believe. Here's Lantang. Fielded by Sky. Nice work by Hulse, keeping it alive. Chamberlain sends it over as SJDA resets. Here's Ben Chessie with the hit. Good dig by Clark from his knees, keeping that alive, but unfortunately directs it towards the sideline. And the Lakers take that point. 19-14 is the score as Lantang goes back for another service. Clark getting it up to Sky for a nice pass. Frey's going to send it over. That will go out of bounds. Wrong angle there. As Lakers hit 20 points. They're up by 6. Oh, tough break. SJDA thought that was going out, but fell in just on the sideline. Lantang pretty pleased with that one. He scored 3. We'll see if he can get another. 21-14. Lakers need 4 to close it out. Sky sending it directly back over. Smith with the setup from Robichaud. Ben Chessie has a big hit. Frey does field it, but Blanchard can't quite get there in time as the ball bounces off the net and ultimately falls. Here's Lantang looking for his 5th point at service, and he gets it. Nice ace there from Lantang. Falls in the second level. Here he is. He needs 2 more to close it out. There's another ace. Lantang having himself a bit of a run. This is the longest, second longest Lakers run, rather, as Chessie had those 9 points in a row to start the second set. Good timing for the Lakers. And again, set point at the hands of the Lakers. Falls out, and it will go to SJDA. They need a big 10-point run of their own. Off the hands of Hulse. He's had some solid services so far. See what they can do. Isaiah Caldwell from the back line. Gets that up to Archer Smith. Big hit from Bradford is blocked. Blanchard getting up there at the net front, so 16-24. Hulse gets another serve. So here goes the ball. That's up high. Chessie will field that up to Archer Smith with the nice setup. Chessie with the hit. Frey can't quite redirect it. He's a little too far from the net. And with that, Harvey takes the third set by a score of 25-16. And with that third victory, they have put this game away. We'll play out the string, use the court time, but Lakers feeling pretty good about their start here. So we switch benches again, and the camera will switch. We go down to courtside with Charlie Gregory.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the end of the third set where Harvey won it again. So Harvey is up 3-0 if you're just tuning in, and I'm going to point out some of these stats. So on the serving side, we have Adam Barrio with 5 points serving. We have Ben Chessie with 9 points off serving. We have Reese Langatang with 1. We have Mason Nicholson with 4. And then we have Alexander Robichaud with 3. So they're doing a very good job on the serving end. And they're just being a pretty consistent team all the way through. So it's being a very, very good game. This set was very back and forth, so it was pretty entertaining to watch, if I might say. And there was some very, very nice-looking serves. And at the end, if you caught Ben Chessie just barely hitting the ball to get over the net and just squeeze in between the net and the defender. So that was pretty good to watch. And Adam Barrio with 4 kills, so he's being very, very aggressive up towards the net. And I'm sure Sir James Dunn Academy is very scared at this point. Ben Chessie also has 5, so the team is being very lethal by the net side. So very entertaining game to watch, very close, back and forth games. And I'll send you back up to the skybox for commentary.
All right, big thanks to Charlie Gregory. Keeping an eye on the stat sheet. He has a much better knowledge of the game than I do, so he's able to keep track of all those advanced stats as I'm slowly learning up here. It's been a process, but some great work by the Lakers so far. Big thanks to all the folks who are making things happen behind the scenes. We've had support here from Logan Wall, from Tiana Arnold, and from Nolan Bond-Garrier, who aren't part of the committee tonight, as well as Joe Gregory, who is busy tonight playing on the court for the Lakers, but has also chipped in with a lot of these broadcasts. Just a reminder, if you are a student at Harvey High and are interested in helping out with these broadcasts, we'd love to welcome you aboard the team. Just get in touch with Mr. White or Mr. Mike Fletcher, and we'll find a role for you, whether it's on or off camera. There's plenty to do, and we'd love to have you on board. Lakers get ready to take the court. Now, of course, anacondas, maybe? I don't think so. Yeah, they might have heard me. I from what I understand, you can hear what's going on in the booth. So I think the only logical explanation is they've heard me, and they're changing it up just to mess with us. I can't think of any other possible explanation. Big thanks to everyone helping out from the officiating standpoint as well. Cherie Campbell and Darren Doucette are our officials tonight. Alice Vautour and Lauren Peasy have been working the minor officiating table. And big thanks to the coaches, of course. Heidi Brown has brought her boys down, made the trek from St. Andrews, and it is Krista Barrio working the sidelines for the Lakers. Okay, after the misfire from I'm not sure which Laker that was on the service. It's SJDA scoring first. Blanchard with a big run-up for his jump serve. That one also catches the top of the net, so Lakers trading faults here to start the 4th set. Here's Nicholson. That one will make it over, so we'll get some volleyball. Chamberlain getting it over to Clark, looking for a hit. Clark was effective in the last set from the back row. Haven't seen too much of him from a hitting position. SJDA changing up their lineup a little bit, so folks have shuffled around. Here's Mason Nicholson, getting that to Blanchard. Chamberlain with the setup. Nice work by Clark, just tipping that over into the second level. Barrio to Smith, back to Barrio for the big hit. I think they heard that one in St. Andrews. It's up the net front. We'll see that on the instant replay. Sky tried to redirect that over. Kind of caught the wrong side of things. Blanchard getting that out. Sky going for that with his feet. SJDA, I believe, take their soccer pretty seriously, so might be why we see the proclivity to go for the feet here with SJDA. Big hit from Clark, catches the top of the net. And Lakers take the 5-1 lead here in the early going. Nicholson stepping back to serve. Looking for his 4th. Fothgill will get it. Sky looked to help that over, sent it to the sideline instead. As Coach Heidi Brown gets that ball to Cherie Campbell. And finally back to Nicholson looking for his 5th point. Had a bit of a run in the second set as well. I think that one ended at 4 as well, so 4 points is still nothing to sniff at off a service. We'll see if he can break 5 next time it comes around. Here's Chamberlain for the visitors. That serve drops just a moment too soon. Catches the top of the net and falls on his side. So Lakers up 7-2 now. Here's Archer Smith from the middle of the back row. Sends that over, fielded nicely by Blanchard. Chamberlain setting it up, and it will be Clark sending it to the back row. Smith sprinting back. Ben Chessie will send it directly over on the second hit. Blanchard getting it to Chamberlain, looking in the back. Martin didn't have a great angle, so he can't quite direct that over. 8-2 is the score in favor of the home side. Here's Smith again. Moving around a little on that back line, kind of switching up the angle. If I remember right, you are allowed to play it from anywhere along that back line. Not too many players take advantage of it. Archer Smith doing it just there. Here's Sky from the middle. Blanchard has switched it up a couple times, but other than that, most players seem content to hang out in the designated area. That is played out of bounds by the Lakers, so 8-4 is your score in favor of the senior boys. Service from Sky catches the top of the net. Here's Barrio back to serve. You see Barrio backing up with his back against the wall. Wants to give himself as much time to wind up for that jump serve as possible. Played by Chamberlain a little too far for Martin. Falls on the visitor side. Here's Barrio. Blanchard will field that. Chamberlain looks to set it up. No one there, though. Bit of miscommunication. Excuse me, from SJDA. Barrio looking for his 3rd point now. 10-4, or 11-4 rather, is the score. So Lauren Peasy keeping track on that scoreboard, showing it to the coaches. Ooh, tough break. Blanchard knew he had made a mistake there as that angled back instead of forward. Those services from Barrio, a little tough to corral. So we got a timeout here called by Heidi Brown. I believe we will go down now courtside as Charlie Gregory gets ready to show us what he's been seeing in this 4th set.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, I believe, either the first or second timeout of the games. Not many of those called. So far, I've been seeing a very interesting game. Harvey obviously taking away with it. The Sir James Academy is not playing bad neither. It's nice to see that Harvey's been diving deep into the bench and getting all their players to play the game now that they've officially won the game, I believe. So it's been a very nice game and still a very, very quiet gym. But I think Harvey just reached down, stayed quiet, and just decided to win the game. I don't know what's going on, but very quiet game. Still hoping to see a little bit more communication. But it's been a very enjoying game to watch. Very calm, very nice, and it's easy to sit back and enjoy. So as the players are taking the court, I will send you back up to the skybox with David White.
Okay. Yep, still don't know who CDA is.
I think it's Falcons.
Could be Falcons. Falcons, we have some opinions up here in the booth, so we're going to go with Falcons for now. Big thanks to Charlie Gregory for that analysis from courtside. And he is correct. The Lakers have officially wrapped up the game. The result is not in question. We're just playing out the string and all 5 sets right now. But he's also right to see the good sportsmanship. We've seen players diving to make plays, leaving it all on the court from both sides. So even though the result of this game is not in question, it's still nice to see the 100% effort coming from both sides. I believe that was a double hit for SJDA. The Falcons coming out of the timeout. That is played out of bounds. As I believe Barrio is on a 5-point run. I could be wrong. I haven't kept the tightest score as we've got a change in personnel. Referee Cherie Campbell making sure everything is going well. All the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. H. Hahn has checked in up front. Here's Barrio changing up his service angle. Blanchard's going to field that nicely, though. There's Chamberlain getting it over to Martin, who sends it over. Ben Chessie getting that over to Archer Smith. Ethan Davidson with the hit. That will fall slightly out of bounds. And it will go over to SJDA for a service now. Looks like either Sky or Clark. Oh, never mind. Call is in favor of the Lakers. Not quite sure what happened there. Maybe the ball fell inbounds and we missed the call. Sorry about that. So 15-4 is the correct score in favor of the Lakers. Big thanks to Austin Jameson for keeping an eye on that scoreboard. Even when up here, the commentary has lost the thread a little bit. So great work from him. Pulling double duty tonight as he's also working that downstairs camera. Here's Barrio. Big service. Martin sends it directly over. Archer Smith setting it up, and no one quite sure who's playing that. So Charlie from courtside was on to something there with the communication. There's another minor breakdown for the Lakers. These are the nice things to iron out during these live sets at the end of a game. Nicholson playing that a little low. Clark's serve came with some power. Nicholson didn't quite have the right angle underneath. Sent it forward, but not up. Gonna score. Service catches the top of the net there. Falls out of bounds. So 17-6 is your score in favor of the Lakers as Davidson goes back to serve. There's balls up. Chamberlain sends that over. Adam Barrio gets it to Archer Smith. Smith, who looks like he might have been running up for a hit, electing instead to set up Ben Chessie, who sends it directly into Blanchard. Blanchard can't quite corral it the way he wanted to. 18-6 is your score. Here's Davidson looking for another. Blanchard gets that up nicely. There's Chamberlain. And Blanchard again sending it over. Adam Barrio getting that to Archer Smith. Mason Nicholson with the hit. He finds a soft spot and scores a point there as Davidson looks to make a bit of a run. 19-6 is your score. Lakers firmly in control of this fourth set. That one falls out of bounds, though. So the Falcons, I believe, take over. SJDA. So we've got Hahn back for his first service. Wearing number 7 for the Falcons. That gets over. There's Blanchard. Pass to Chamberlain. Back to Blanchard, but Ben Chessie gets up. Sends that directly back. And service goes to the Lakers. Here's Joe Gregory coming back to serve. That goes high, and looks like the right call was made by Clark there. Could have played that, let that fall, and it did go out of bounds. So good call by the visitors. So we've got Martin now looking to put together a bit of a run. Good service, fielded nicely by Gregory. That goes directly over to Blanchard. Blanchard to Sky. Ben Chessie with one hand avoids the rafters up top. Mason Nicholson sending it over. Nice bit of a rally there, but SJDA ultimately will play it out of bounds. Here's Chessie back to serve. Had a pretty decent run last time he was in that position. We'll see if he can close things out for the Lakers now. That's played up and into the basketball net. One thing I will say, I've seen visiting teams hit the net about 4 or 5 times now this season. Have not seen the Lakers hit it once. So whether that's just luck, whether that's a more acute awareness of where the basketball net is at all times by these Lakers, or whether it's a bit of a home court advantage where our nets go in a certain area and the boys know where it is, I'm not sure which, if any of those, is the explanation. Either way, those nets playing a bit of a supporting role here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. Nice move by Sky up in front of the net, redirecting that attack from the Lakers and sending it directly down. 23-9 is your score. As Blanchard back to serve. He's got a strong one. Big jump serve by him. Ben Chessie can't quite get under that. Sends it into the sideline. So 23-10 is the score. Blanchard rearranging his teammates there. You can see, like Barrio, he's starting with his back almost against the wall. Coming up at an angle, too, just trying to get as much runway as possible. Played low nicely by Davidson. Ben Chessie sends it to the net front. Adam Barrio with a big hit, had the angle wrong, and sends it out of bounds. So Blanchard looking to put together a bit of a run. Maybe make this interesting. Chessie getting it over to Barrio. Barrio to Archer Smith, who sends it over. Smith finds a soft spot in the second level. Blanchard can't quite get there in time. And now we've got set point on the hand of Mason Nicholson. Scored 4 last time he was at the service line this set. See if he can get another one. Not quite. Catches the top of the net for the 4th consecutive set. Set point off the Lakers serve. Falls to the visitors. 24-12 is your score. Fault from Chamberlain, and with that, this 4th set is wrapped up. 25-12 is your final score. Lakers up 4-0, and we'll play out the final one as they switch benches one more time, and we look to go down to the sideline with Charlie Gregory.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the end of the 4th set, I believe, and it's been a very, very nice game to watch. Both teams, even though Sir James Dunn Academy hasn't been quite winning any sets, they're still putting in their 100%. They're still giving it their all, and most of all, they're still having fun. You can hear them laughing, you can hear them having fun. It's been a great time. And both teams are performing really well. Sir James Dunn Academy hasn't really been giving up at all. So it's been a pleasure to watch. Harvey has been obviously letting off now that they've won the game, but they've still been putting on the gas, trying to improve their skills, trying to harness new abilities, and most of all, trying to improve overall. So it's been a great game to watch, and that's all I really have to say about it. So I send you right back up to commentary.
Big thanks to Charlie Gregory for that analysis. And he is right, the Lakers will take advantage, especially here in the early season, of a bit of chance to iron out some of the details, to figure out some plays, make sure everything is going the way they want, and practice the communication and whatnot. As sending out a bit of a different lineup here for the fifth and final set. Not sure if we're playing to 15 or to 25. My instinct says 25 because I don't think, anyone's waiting for the court. I could be wrong though. 7:08 is the time, so not like we're in a crunch either way. On the court for your hometown Lakers are Mason Nicholson, Alexander Robichaud. Yeah, I think that is Falcons. I think Delaney McElwain working the camera here was right about that one. Maybe not. She's second guessing herself now. I still think it's Falcons. I think you were right, but either way, Sir James Dunn Academy will take the court now. And we're halfway through the lineup for the Lakers. We've got Nicholson, Robichaud, Gregory, Lantang, and Ben Bradford and Ethan Davidson. Rounding out the 6 on the court. Looks like Isaiah Caldwell's getting ready to step in as necessary. For the visitors, it is Blanchard wearing number 3, Folthgill wearing number 5, Martin wearing number 2. Up front, we've got Hulse with number 1, Frey with number 6, and Clark with number 8. Fielded by Gregory. Robichaud from the front of the net. Can't quite corral it, so it is the visitors scoring first. Archer Smith usually in that setter's role. It looks like Robichaud is going to take over now, so this is some valuable experience for some players to try some new positions to hone their skills, just so Lakers have a more flexible lineup. It's Coach Chris DeBarrio keeping a close eye on this 5th set, even though the final result of the game is not in question. Nice setup from Frey. That's hit well by Clark, but Lantang gets hands on it, and Robichaud keeps it alive. Sent over by Bradford. There's Clark, whose hit catches the top of the net. So good recovery by the Lakers there, who will ultimately score their first point off of that rally. Mason Nicholson now Had a 4-point service run in the last set, but a couple early faults as well. That one catches the bottom of the net and bounces back. So Sir James Dunn Academy in the lead right now. The Falcons wearing red and white. Here's House with the big service. Ben Bradford from the back line keeps that alive. Robichaud passing over to Lantang. Reese Lantang, big smile on his face, not quite sure what happened there. I know, he kind of went up to volley with one hand and bump with the other maybe. So that falls to the visitors. Robichaud with the pass up. Davidson will hit it over. Blanchard is there. Here's Halse from the setter's position. Hit from Clark. Gets that just in front of Gregory, who sends it out of bounds and out of play. As we see on the rebound there. Nice hit by Clark wearing number 8 coming from the top of your screen. Here's Halse now on the service. Oh, Darren Doucette able to avoid getting hit there. Good smiles all around, good spirits. But the point does go to the Lakers. 5-2. Here's Robichaud back to serve. Sends it over. Halse gets that, and Frey will send that directly over on the second hit. Ooh, bit of miscommunication there. Gregory Robichaud, not quite sure who's covering what. So Charlie had the right idea when he was saying from courtside the boys should circle communication on their things to work for in future sets. They'll use this opportunity to iron some of those wrinkles out. Here's Frey with a nice jump serve. Gregory gets that over to Reese Lantang. Ethan Davidson couldn't quite hit that. Robichaud does send it over, but it is the 4th hit. So SJDA up by 5 here in the early going of this 5th set. Frey back to serve. As the Lakers make sure they're all in the right area of the rotation. Ben Bradford chatting quickly with Darren Doucette from the referee's chair. As Cherie Campbell make sure everyone's in the right rotation order. Rotation order very important. We've seen officials actually dock points for this in previous games here at the David McMullen Gymnasium. Doucette and Campbell a little lenient with both sides as we are still early in the season. Both sides getting a bit of a clarification from Doucette up in the referee's chair. Everyone seems to be on the same page now. Ethan Davidson sends that over for the Lakers. Played well by Blanchard. Halse from the setter's position. Gets it to Clark for a hit. Clark's hit catches the top of that net and rolls out. So misfire there from the Falcons will fall in favor of the Lakers. Here's Lantang. Blanchard played that nicely. Halse looks to send it over directly. Robichaud can't quite send it, but he does recover nicely. Gets it back to Davidson, who sends it over. Here's Lantang up for a nice set from Robichaud now. Bradford will hit that, but Blanchard with the diving play. Tough break for Blanchard, laying out to keep that alive. If that ball had been a quarter inch to the left or right, would have been okay, but unfortunately does hit the rafters. One of the low rafters, too. And so is a dead ball. Tough break for the visitors. Still up by 3, though, in this 5th and final set. If you're just joining us, Lakers took the first 4 by scores of 25-18, 25-10, 25-16, and 25-12, respectively. Clark with the 3rd hit will send it far. That will fall out of bounds. Isaiah Caldwell making that call and letting it go. It's Lantang back for some more serves now. Fielded nicely by Halse. Foltgill. Double hit there. 2 hits in a row. Not sure if that's a different play or not, but kind of didn't quite get enough mustard on it the first time and instinctively sent it over a second. Tough break for the visitors, but Lantang will take it. Oh. Okay, Lakers might have gone, SJDA might have gone away with that one. Blanchard didn't make it in time. Ball, I guess the call is it fell out of bounds. So the Falcons will take that one. 8-6 they lead. Here's Clark sending it over. Caldwell wisely gets out of the way of that one. avoids contact and scores the point. Here's Ethan Davidson back to score from the center zone. Folthgill sends it up. Hulse with the nice set, and Folthgill will send it directly over. Lantang from his knees plays it, and Mason Nicholson sends it on the second hit. Blanchard with a nice set. Hulse looking for the second level, but Lantang is there. Robichaud with a nice setup. Ben Bradford looking for the hit. That'll catch the top of the net and bounce back as SJDA scores another point. 9-7 is the score in favor of the visitors. Here's Folthgill from the center area as well. Ben Bradford plays that nicely. Robichaud sending it high. Mason Nicholson looking for the back row. Caught the defenders cheating up. Sent it behind Guerrier. Nice sight by Nicholson. 9-8 is your score. Here's Joe Gregory with the big serve. Blanchard fielding that. Hall sends it up. Back to Blanchard with a nice hit. Lantang fields it well, though. Gets it over to Nicholson, and Robichaud will send it over. Folthgill on the second hit. Martin sends it. Nice extended rally here. Here's a nice setup from Blanchard. Back over to House, but Lantang is there to field the Blanchard hit. Ben Bradford sends it gently, looking to misdirect. Tough break as Hulse's hit catches the top of the net. Good rally from both sides as we get some applause from both benches and the spectators. 9-9, we're all tied up. Here's Joe Gregory looking to take a point. Tough break. Guerrier a little too far ahead. Gregory puts that one right behind the defender to take a Lakers lead for the first time in a little while. He looks to extend that lead. Martin will play that. Hulse, nice sprint to the sideline. Tough break. Hulse did keep that alive. Set up Blanchard for a nice hit. But that does fall out of bounds. So Gregory gets a third serve. Here it comes. Good call by SJDA. Good communication from the visitors as they do send it over. Nicholson's hit hits the top of the net. Visiting players catch that. Not quite sure what if they were expecting a call there or something, but they didn't get it. Gregory's opened up a nice lead now, but that service does fall in bounds. Okay, looks like it touched the line, so tough call as SJDA makes a bit of a substitution. Try to break up Gregory's rhythm, maybe. He's on a nice 4-point run. As Gregory's serve catches the top of the net, there's that announcer's curse as breaks up his run of 4. And we go over to Martin, wearing number 2 for the visitors. We'll see if he can bite into this lead and regain it for his squad. Off to a good start. Ethan Davidson gets the wrong angle on that. So 13-11 is your score. Noseworthy passing it back to Martin, getting ready for his second serve. There it comes from Martin. Nice pass from Davidson this time, although it does fall close to the net. Robichaud can't quite get it at the right angle. And Martin looks to tie things up now. Service from Martin. Catches the top of the net. So Lakers take over. 14-12 is the score. It's Ben Bradford wearing number 3 back to serve. Krista Barrio giving some final tips. Nice jump serve from Bradford, rather. That was fielded nicely by Folthgill, but Reese Lantang there at the front of the net to send it directly back. Gets his boys going. And with 15 points, I believe we are just playing to 15 as the teams go to their respective back lines. And we're going to go down to the sideline for one final check-in with Charlie Gregory. I've been David White. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we'll close out with Charlie now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the end of the game. It's been a very enjoying and nice game to watch. Both teams trying their hardest and Harvey coming out on top. Harvey was doing an extremely good game, serving, passing, and most of all doing spikes. So it was very enjoying to watch. And I must give a quick thanks to the officials and the minor officials for obviously hosting this game and making it all possible. And I'm going to give a big thanks to Lauren Peasy and Alice Vautour for keeping score and doing the score sheet. And thank you for the coaches coming out. And most of all, thank you to the players playing game, giving us entertainment most of all, and having a good game. So at the end of the period, Harvey was actually giving calls and was making the gym very loud. It was a very nice game to watch. And for you, I have an interview with none other than my brother, Joseph Gregory. How's it going, Joe?
Hey, Charlie. How's she going?
Oh, pretty good. So, Joe, as a member of the tech crew and a member of the volleyball team, how is the perspective like on the court?
Well, it's kind of weird. You don't really notice this much. You just, sort of feel like there's more people in the stands watching when there's realistically not, but you kind of just, forget about it, It's not really something you worry about. You worry about the game, but you still have the respect for the people coming out and doing this. You never forget about them. Can't forget about you, obviously, but yeah, so that's pretty much it.
That's good, that's good. So how do you think you played today, Joe?
Well, feel kind of sluggish. We all did. We had a big tournament yesterday for basketball, which a lot of guys played. So that kind of wore us out, but kind of played well as a team. Still need some things to work on, but we had definitely some good sets, some big hits on the offensive side. Still need to do well on communication, and just as a team, there's always something you need to work on.
That's true. That's very true, Joe. All right. Well, thank you for the interview, Joe, and thank you for playing the game, and have a good day.
Thanks, Charlie. Have a good one.
All right. For a second interview, I have another player, Ben Chessie. How's it going, Ben?
It's going wonderful, Charlie. How are you?
Oh, I'm going great. So, Ben, you got to tell me, how's it like being the main person doing the main spikes on the team?
Well, you feel a lot of pressure.
Oh, yeah?
When you go up to hit, everyone's looking to block you. So you got to be on your toes. You got to be ready.
That's true. A lot of big fellas like you, people are always trying to get under your skin.
Yeah.
So how do you think the team played today?
Well, we're getting better. We're getting better.
Yep,
Not the greatest energy out there, but
no, yeah, it was definitely a quieter game. But if there was one pointer you would point out to the team on what you guys maybe could get better at, what would it be?
I'd say communication.
Communication?
Yeah, if we start talking a little better, we'll have more success.
Alrighty, well, thank you, Ben, for the interview, and have a good day.
You as well.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Lakers fans, for tuning into this stream and watching the volleyball game with us. So, have a good day, and I hope you do well. All right, see you later.